Hello, everybody, and welcome to your weekly Astro-Tarot forecast for July 15th through the 21st. So I am making this particular Patreon video public for, a few days. So that way some of you can sample what we do over here on Patreon and get a taste for it, and hopefully you can join us. It's $7 a month, and your first week is a trial week for free. And I give away a free class every month. And this month's class is some magical workings with the goddess Fortuna, who is goddess of fortune, good fortune and luck, and Suzanne, who is an amazing herbal tea high priestess of the her business is Alchemy of Avalon, and she has an online presence and a really beautiful store in New York. So I am super stoked to have her. So when you sign up, you get this class for free. It's a video and a handout. You'll love it. It's amazing. So a lot going on this week. It's a super intense week and so much to talk about and celebrate. So we're going to start with the tarot for the week. And the first card is for Monday and Tuesday. We have the Three of Wands. So this is all about expansion. 3 is the numerology and the energy body, having to do with the positive mind, with like seeding out big ideas, with expansion, right? This is about having positive expectations about the seeds you've planted. And you're just sitting here waiting for your ships to come in. You're like, okay, I know good is coming. I know I'm ready. I've tended to the garden. I've tended to my crops. I've tended to my business and all these beautiful things and beautiful ideas. And now it's time to call it all in, right? And then even more beautiful card, Wednesday and Thursday, we have the Ace of Cups. So in this instance, for some people, it could be new love, new friendship, deeper love, deeper friendships with people already in your life, or calling in something new. So often the ace is calling in something new. So most of what we talk about on these lives are about business expansion and growth. So this is definitely about falling in love with your business again, having a feeling like the hand of angels and of the divine all around you, helping you create something new that's abundant, right? That is holy. The dove of peace there. I feel like this is a good sign for Sorry, folks. I had, looks like I think my connection is back. Okay. So apologies, it got cut off. So, this is about being in the flow with your business and money and, partnerships, feeling connected, feeling really like this is like a soul connection with either in your business, a soul connection within you and your business, also with other businesses and other people in their businesses. Okay. And we got another Cups card for the weekend. So Friday through Sunday, we have the Three of Cups. This is all about, again, reunions, celebrations. And did you notice we have a double 3? Remember, our first card for Monday, Tuesday was the Three of Wands. So we have the Three of Fire and the Three of Water. So obviously the third energy body and the first energy body, which is the soul, right? This is like the best card that has to do with the soul. The third energy body and the soul. So that's what we're paying attention to this week. So you know, when you think about manifestation, the manifestation always starts with the first energy body, the soul, whatever the soul seeds, whatever the soul envisions. This is the beginning of a manifestation. And then it goes through all the energy bodies till it gets to the 10, and the 10 is the manifestation. And then, of course, there's the 11 energy body, which is more about the command center. I don't know if it's so much of like the energy body of 1 is definitely internal. We think of it as an energy body that is internal to the body. So is energy body 2, 3, and 4. The first outer energy body is 5 because the 5th energy body is the physical body. And then from there, it goes outwards to the aura and then out into the 10, which is called the radiant. It's like the universe energy body. Okay. We'll do a whole class on this probably next month in August. We'll go through the energy bodies, and we're really working with them and feeling into how to manifest, how to work with this in your business, because I think that there's so much that we can do with that. But we're not doing that right now. We're just doing the forecast. So I'm going to try to keep this succinct. I pulled from the Sacred Rebels again for our oracle card for the week, and we got number 9. What do you feel? And it's a woman. There's like a full moon with the flower of life, and she's got an apple. No, she's got a pear in one hand. I think a pear. Actually, it's an apple and an orange. And I feel like this is really, sorry, there was this glare. I feel like there is some really nice synchronicity with this card because it's got the full moon, and we do have a full moon this Sunday. It's the second full moon in Capricorn this year. It's the full buck moon, and it's very important. So I'm going to go into that in a moment in the astrology, but first I want to read what this beautiful guidebook has to say about number 9. And so number 9 is also an energy body that has to do with grace, that has to do with the subtle body, that has to do with really staying neutral and open. Whereas like number 3 is like the positive energy body. It's like, it's all about building on things and acquiring things. And it could be spending things, expending energy. It's very much an expansive vibe. Whereas 9 is about holding the energy. It's about grace under pressure. It's right before we hit the 10, right? It's before we have the manifestation. So this is like the manifestation is almost here. It's coming. Okay. So it says, there are many opinions around you. Some are helpful, but others are distracting you from your truth. Although it can be helpful to hear the thoughts of others, when it all comes down to it, you will have to come to your own decision. Do you know how unique you are? How your path is your path to be chosen, lived, and created only by you. Someone else cannot become the source of your decision-making power without negative repercussions for both of you in the long run. This oracle comes to you because you have become swept up in thinking things through. You have been thinking about which way to go with a matter of importance, and you have got a bit stuck in the logic of the decision-making process. Sometimes we have to accept that any path is a path forward, and if it is not the best path, we can change our approach later on if needed. If we are slightly off base with a decision, life will often shift and move to guide us back on track. We don't have to be perfect. In fact, there is rarely ever a perfect choice to be made, just some choices that feel more heart-honoring than others. Sometimes we can only really know in hindsight if we made the best choice possible in that moment. At that time of decision-making, we only really have our internal wisdom to rely upon, and that is all we need. The oracle of what do you feel is telling you there is no need to punish or traumatize yourself with possible choices. Just making a choice will set things in motion. The best way to catalyze the situation you are in and bring about healing change, stimulate your creative juices, and find a more inspired, energized, and enjoyable approach to your life is to just make a choice based on what you feel right now, not based on anyone else's feelings, just yours. So ask yourself, what do I feel right now? And go from there. If you cannot relate to the need to make a choice between two or more clear alternatives, then the oracle brings you this message. You are at a crossroads in your journey, and the choices you make at this time, even simply choosing to do things a little differently without much drama associated with the decision, are powerful triggers for some great magic to enter your life. Take a different approach to something. Be open to that which makes you uncomfortable but could be exciting and interesting. Even small adventures will yield big rewards right now. It matters less that you do the most wonderful thing ever, which is too much pressure, and more that you simply take an action from your heart. Open up to the creative magic of life and don't worry about how it is all going to work out. The bigger creative flow of life is sorting out all the details, and you are not immune to that plan. In fact, you are a natural part of it. So just spend some time with your own feelings and know that all is going to work out perfectly. Okay. So I really feel like, this is a week where we are going to make decisions, we are going to make moves, but those moves are going to expand and open up new opportunities, and set us on that destined path that our soul put us on the planet to do. So I think there's a lot of destiny happening here. Anyways, I'm with Seraphine. We're in a hotel room in Paso Robles, having a little mommy-daughter road trip so she can enjoy her summer a little bit more. And so I'm not going to spend a ton of time today on all this stuff, but I do want to go over the astrology because there is a lot going on. Okay, so starting today, Monday, July 15th, we have a very intense Mars Uranus conjunction. So I talked about this a little bit last week. So you might want to go back to last week's recording, but it is happening on the fixed star Algol. Okay, so Algol is basically like, I believe, on the natal sun of the stock market or the New York Stock Exchange when it was discovered. Algol is often called the demon star. It has to do with drinking too much, going over the edge. It's connected to violence. It's connected to wars. And interestingly enough, it's also connected and associated with wealth. It's also a wealth star. So again, the New York Stock Exchange. So it's interesting to see. I know from today, I think the markets are kind of starting to go up, especially in cryptocurrency, which is part of, my work, part of what I do day to day. So I do watch that. So this particular Mars Uranus conjunction on Algol is from, it actually started a couple of days ago. Like we were feeling it. I think it was feeling actually more intense a couple of days ago, like Saturday. But it's, I think now that we're on this side of it, it's probably going to ease up. And not to say that there won't be intensity in your life, but or in the world. We're going to talk about world events today because there's definitely a lot connected to this. But this, it's a time where we are breaking out of conformity. This could be in our personal lives, but it's a very rebellious kind of vibe. So, we might see more sort of rebellions. We might see more like intense shootings. This is a shootings kind of conjunction. And yeah, so also Mars Uranus is like technology and cars, Mars is, it's cars, airplanes. So, this is like, and Uranus is, technology, electronics. And it also, to me, it has to do with the body, right? Mars, Uranus can feel like, you might have extra energy. You might maybe even feel burnt out, like you just like might really want to go, go, go. So just, be careful of that. But again, we're on, I think, the easier side of this Mars Uranus conjunction. So the last time that we had this conjunction, the sign of Taurus, was in 2022, around August 1st. So you might want to go back to think what was going on during this time. So I'm just going to kind of brush over a few things that we talked about last week, because I wanted to prepare you for this. And I feel like I did, because, really Saturday and Sunday, I think we were really in the heat of this conjunction. Yeah. And I mean, it happened in the late 1930s, the early 1940s. And even back into 1921. So, this is stuff that was going on in, the Dust Bowl era, the Depression era, World War II. So after today, these planets will not come together again in Taurus for another 84 years. Of course, most of us, if all of us, are not going to be here when that happens. So this is the last time it's happening in our lifetime. So it is important. It's, so I would say spend some time meditating on where in your life do you need to break out of your own conformity, your own limitations. And when it comes to your body, how are you getting the right exercise and also the right energetic work? So, maybe you could use a little Reiki tune-up or more meditation. And then, with the Mars, that's moving your body. That's, that's going to be maybe some more vigorous, exercise. But, finding that balance, and then also, and a lot of this has to do with your rising sign and what part of the pie chart that this is going on in the zodiac wheel of your, like for me, this is happening in social media, short distance travel, and I am doing a road trip, short distance travel. I didn't even think of that. So, this could be a breakthrough kind of a week for me in those areas of my life. Short distance travel, social media, writing, creative writing, writing articles, writing blogs. So maybe I'll write something that gets a lot of hits, or it goes viral. Who knows? So you have to look at like what part of your chart, and then take the meanings of that part of the chart and apply it to your life. So this is interesting. So we talked about Algol, the fixed star, the demon star that they call. So celebrities with Algol in their charts include, they list first here, Donald Trump. Isn't that interesting, considering what's going on? Kamala Harris, Tucker Carlson, I don't know who that is, Johnny Depp, and Prince William, and David Beckham. All were born with Algol in a significant part of their chart. So we're going to talk a little bit about Donald Trump in a second, because of what happened this weekend. But I do want to point out that later in the week, on July 18th, we have another beautiful alignment where the sun sextiles Uranus. So Uranus is in Taurus, the sun is in Cancer still. The sun is, is going to be moving into Leo very soon. But we have this beautiful, a sextile means that, the two elements of the planets work together. So the sun is in water, Uranus is in earth. So water and earth, again, make for beautiful, fertile insights. opportunities for insights, opportunities for breakthroughs. Okay. So I found this from the Astrology King, and I thought I would read this because I like what he has to say. He has Sun sextile Uranus transit brings pleasant surprises and stimulating encounters. This is a good time to try something new and exciting, and you should have enough freedom to do this. Increased self-awareness can come through flashes of insight or feedback from personal interactions. Creativity is stimulated, and you should feel comfortable expressing the more flamboyant or kinky side of your personality. Socializing, group activities, and chance encounters should be more frequent and enlightening. You are more likely to meet unorthodox types of people from different cultural or ethnic backgrounds than your own. Curiosity and inventiveness allow you to make new discoveries or receive flashes of insight about whatever interests you. Scientific, electronic, and internet technology subjects may spark your interest, and this is also an excellent time to practice astrology or similar subjects. It will be difficult to stick to a routine, and you'll be easily distracted. However, it is this tendency to skip from one thing to another, this kind of popcorning sort of thinking, which leads to extra insight and discoveries. Taking the opposite view or changing your life will not be as disruptive as it sometimes can be. You will find new ways of doing things that can increase efficiency. Okay, so it's starting July 18th, so give or take. So starting maybe in July 17th, 18th, and 19th. Okay, full moon in Capricorn. That's next. And then we'll go on to Donald Trump. The full moon in Capricorn is Sunday. So that is July 21st. And this really marks the end of an era because we've got Pluto retrograde and the full moon are conjunct at 29 degrees Capricorn. So this is the last degree of Capricorn. This is basically like saying this is the end of something. It's a very, very like definite ending. And it's, to me, I'm calling it the end of an era because Pluto is retrograding from Aquarius back into Capricorn. And we had Pluto in Capricorn from 2008 until this year when he moved into, he did dip into Aquarius last year, but this year he fully moved into Aquarius. So this is the last time, again, in all of our lifetimes that we will have Pluto in Capricorn. So that is the era of the what we call like the dark fathers, the patriarchy, the fall of the banking systems, the government systems crumbling, education. It's also about, in my mind, how we're shifting deeper into the age of Aquarius, right? We're getting out of this sense of the Piscean age, which was very spiritual and very deep, but it was like everything was under deep water, where now we have the air element of Aquarius. And again, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, electricity, energy. So it's all about getting out of the mentality of scarcity and lack and that deep, dark, that heaviness that sometimes can be Pisces, right? And we are redefining what abundance means. Like, what is real abundance to you? And, how we do business is going to change, right? People used to be really into, well, let's, scarcity will create, buying behavior, what other things like scarcity of time, scarcity, money, scarcity, would get people to buy, buy this thing before X date or you're out, and people, so much of success of a lot of marketing in the past was around pain point marketing, right? You feel ugly and stupid and, whatever, out of shape, then buy this, product, do this program. You know what I mean? That kind of bullshit isn't going to work anymore. So marketing is totally going to change, and it's all about abundance, generosity, things have to change. So we can't sell the way we used to sell. We can't do marketing the way we used to do marketing, right? So again, that's the end of an era. It's the end of an era in so many ways. So this full moon is really important. This is just, yeah, this is a hugely important week. So stay present. That's the big thing that I'm hearing our angels say, stay present. Stay grounded, be really loving to yourself. And also, they're also showing laughter. Again, I think they're kind of talking about that tarot card that we got for the weekend, the Three of Cups. These women obviously are not having a terrible time. You know, they're like in bliss, they're dancing, they're laughing, they're enjoying themselves, they're celebrating, they're in this expansive emotional state. So stay in that place for this whole full moon. Okay, so I'm going to jump really quickly to the whole Trump assassination attempt. Obviously, this has dominated the news, and this event is totally connected to the Uranus-Mars conjunction, and there have been many astrologers. You know, you could probably do like a search on Google or on YouTube, astrology assassination, Trump assassination attempt. And all these astrologers are coming out saying, hey, I predicted this in this year. And it was definitely kind of an obvious because of his chart. And so I'm going to just brush over it because I'm just going to bring up what I think is interesting here. So the first interesting tidbit is the asteroid Medusa. So as you remember from mythology, she was a beautiful woman who was cursed by Athena. And, you know, she had the writhing snakes, and she is decapitated. She's beheaded by Perseus, right? So, you know, the asteroid Medusa, again, the head, right, at where he was shot, they shot him towards his head, was actually on his ascendant at the time of the shooting. And here's something even more interesting. You know, let's ask this question. Did Trump have a guardian angel looking after him? Well, the asteroid named Angel was directly on Trump's ascendant at the time of the shooting as well. So we've got, actually, I think the Angel asteroid might have been more exact than the asteroid Medusa on his ascendant. But the number for the asteroid Angel is number 11911. I mean, first of all, the repeating ones and then 911, you know, it's kind of uncanny. It really is amazing to me. The minor asteroids are eerily accurate. And I've talked about this in some of the earlier Patreon astrology classes that we've done. And I want to do more and dive into so much more of these, of the minor asteroids and how to use them and look them up in your own chart, because when I look these up for myself, I always find these nuances that I would otherwise miss in my astrology chart and charts when I read charts for my clients and my family. So anyways, I think I'm going to leave it at that. And yeah, big week up ahead. Thank you again for being here with me and watching. And please do leave comments below, questions, what you think of all of this. And I'll see you all next week. Okay, bye for now.